Hey, it's Ben here. It's 2014 Namm. We're with Washed Up Media, and it's Evan's booth here at part of D'Addario, and we've got some awesome new heads to talk to you guys about. Launching two brand new super heavy hitting heads, and it's the heavyweight series. What we have here is actually the heavyweight snare batter coming in 12-inch, 13-inch, and 14-inch models, and it's our thickest drum set snare drum head ever. 2 plies of 10mm film and a 3mm dot on the bottom side there, so you get a really nice focus towards the center there. A little bit more low end, some full body response. Doesn't end up sounding papery or anything like that. You got plenty of power and beef behind your sound. Great thing about this is though, the fact that it's super thick, 23mm thick in the very center here, it's still incredibly responsive. You get down, we've got it on this drum here, even get to the point where we're playing ghost notes. Your snare response is still there, so you're not sacrificing that playability, but if you really want to lock in and just start swinging for the rafters, the center is where it's at. It's going to be a head that you know is going to be able to take that kind of beating day in and day out. Because really, why should you be focusing on making sure that your products work when you could be focusing on your music? So we're trying to take the hassle out of it, make it easier for you. On the same thing, we actually take that same concept of 2 plies of 10mm film, and we're doing it with the trusted EMAD series now too. So we've got the EMAD heavyweight right there. The idea behind the EMAD heavyweight is we've got, once again, 2 removable rings here. So we've got the thin ring on this one, I've got the thick ring on this one on the kick right now. The idea there is you've got adjustable damping. You don't have to put anything else inside your bass drum. Quick and easy tone, great rock sounding bass drum. I'm sure we're gonna see guys using it for all sorts of different styles, but the beautiful thing about this is you know that once again, because of those 2 plies of 10mm film, it's gonna be able to hold up day in and day out. Pair these things together, man, put on your headphones because it's going to be loud. We got the heavyweight, the EMAD, heavyweight snare batter, both coming with level 360 technology now, allowing it to sit flush with the bearing edge regardless of the manufacturer. Take, for example, we got these 6 different toms here, 12-inch toms, each from a different manufacturer. I've got a Tama here, Apex, Pearl, Gretsch, Yamaha, Sonars, beautiful drums, absolutely wonderful stuff. Cool thing about these drums is everyone's got a slightly different approach to their bearing edge and their shell design. Some of them are a little undersized, some are a little oversized, some have a really steep bearing edge, some it's a little bit more rounded. The best part about it is we now have heads that will fit perfectly flush across these. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, I've used this drum or that drum before and I've never had a problem. But think about all the things you do when it comes to tuning. Think about the cross-lug tuning and the seating of the drum head and cracking the glue, all that stuff that you go through just in order to get your drum heads on the drums. You shouldn't have to do that. Take, for example, you're looking here and you see you've got this head that unfortunately it's not quite sitting flush on the bearing edge. You see, if it comes in contact over here, it's popping up over here, all this extra material. Same thing on each of these. You'll notice that it's not sitting flush. It doesn't matter what manufacturer. Some undersized drums, some oversized drums, all beautiful stuff, and it's really no fault of the manufacturer. They're doing what they need to do in order to provide their sound. The best part though is we've taken our collar, we'll see the level 360 logo right here, and that's on all of our heads. I happen to have an EC2 tom head here, but everything from G1, G2, the new black chromes, the whole range. You look, it sits completely flush on the bearing edge. I'm pressing down here, it's not popping up on the opposite side. It fits exactly like a drum head should from the moment that you put it on. Doesn't matter the manufacturer, doesn't matter the bearing edge. It's coming in perfect contact right there. It's not gripping onto the side. And what we did to allow this to happen is we actually took our collar, this outer profile here, and we actually pulled it out a little bit. The diameter of the head hasn't changed, but by opening that up, we've allowed the head to sit completely flush on the bearing edge, whether it's a brand new wonderful drum like one of the 6 that we have here, or a vintage drum, and some oversized drums, or even out of round drums. Evan's Level 360 technology allows for the heads to sit and have the best possible function on any drum that you've got. Absolutely guaranteed. The wonderful thing about 2014 is now we're taking the same technology, we're bringing it over to bass drum heads. So you'll see here, whereas in the past, you might have to go through the process of seating the head and stretching it out and over-tensioning it. Unfortunately, when it comes to bass drums, that means you're sacrificing the low end. And we all want to have more low end, more deep frequency response out of our bass drum heads. So why not have a head that already sits completely flush and is already seated on the bearing edge from the moment you put it on there? See, I haven't even put a counter hoop on it yet, but you know that it's already coming in contact. It's very similar to a timpani head sitting on the shell of the drum there. It's actually a little oversized on just the playing surface, allowing it to come in perfect contact with the bearing edge. That fit allows for an ease of tuning, wider tonal range, and man, when it comes to your bass drum, allowing you to get deeper sounds, deeper tones out of it, that's huge. So Level 360 now coming out on all of our tom heads, all of our snare heads, and coming soon on all of our bass drum heads. So keep an eye out for that. Once again, it's Ben here at Evans and the D'Addario booth at 2014 NAMM. Thanks so much.